It's your vote, and you may be wondering if the U.S. Postal Service will be able to get your ballot in time to count. Well, the Postal Service telling voters in July with slower processes they were not sure that could happen. So ABC 15's Nicole Valdez is taking your questions straight to elections officials.
In some states, the distrust goes on for miles. Voters in Virginia willingly waiting in line for hours, as some say they don't trust the Postal Service will get their ballot back in time to count.
I would say that they are justifiably cause to have concern.
Back in the Valley, though,
Arizona has been doing this for 2.5 decades.
Maricopa County Early Voting Director Ray Valenzuela says he's done some investigating of his own.
Every state has its own rules. Every state has its own sort facility. So we've gone to the sort facility. We've spoken with the Arizona-New Mexico Director of Mail Handling for these two regions, and nothing for Arizona has changed.
He's been in the voting game for 30 years and at Maricopa County since it first launched its No Excuse Vote by Mail initiative.
And we know that they handle 3 to 4 million pieces of mail a day.
But says it's understandably a confusing issue. In July, the Postal Service announced delays that could impact ballot delivery to 46 states, including Arizona, telling state election officials there was a, quote, significant risk ballots may be requested in a manner that's consistent with election rules and yet not be returned in time to be counted. Then last month, Secretary of State Katie Hobbs asked Arizona's Attorney General to investigate changes to the U.S. Postal Service, accusing President Trump's administration of knowingly delaying the delivery of ballots. But Brnovich turned that down. The Postmaster General later delaying planned cost-cutting changes to avoid the appearance of any impact on election mail.
Whether it's the national level post office that was looking to make changes, and again, whether through happenstance it didn't happen here, we're fortunate enough to know we still have a solid postal thing, and we have a process by which we're ensuring that we're capturing as much of those packets as we can.
Valenzuela says he knows 2020 is expected to be another record-breaking year for voter turnout and in ballot-by-mail voting, with nearly 2 million voters in Maricopa County alone on the permanent early voting list. So leaving things to chance isn't their thing. Election officials say they send teams to this Phoenix distribution center themselves on election night.
We actually go with a truck, our staff, differing parties, and we pick up that mail and we bring it into process. We actually go over there and stand there at 6:59, and they help us literally sweep the floor.
But if you're still uneasy, you've got options, and the county's prepared for those too.
People want a ballot by mail. Does it say to me that they will return it by mail? History says they will, but now that we have the options, we may see more drop-offs. But even if we do, we're allowing those voters to exercise that right, and we will have the staffing ready to handle that volume.
Now, those options, you can either drop off that ballot at any vote center, drop box, or you can bring it to the post office in person. And Maricopa County is sticking to USPS's recommendation that you mail that ballot back by October 27th, saying the earlier the better any way you choose to vote. Now, we did reach out to the post office on some of those concerns, and they told us effective October 1st, the Postmaster General is committed to engage standby resources in all areas of the Postal Service operations, including transportation, to satisfy any unforeseen demand, and added that in Arizona, the Postal Service has more than enough capacity, including collection boxes and processing equipment, to handle all election mail this year, which is predicted to amount to less than 2% of the total mail volume from mid-September to Election Day. Still got questions, concerns, seeing issues on your end? Email us at yourvote@abc15.com. I'm Nicole Valdez, ABC 15, Arizona.